Right.
So welcome everyone. Welcome to the webinar being organized by Council for Transforming India and in partnership with Joint for Development Foundation. We welcome Sri V.V. Lakshminarayana Garu. Sir is on the meeting right now. So welcome, sir. So mostly every one of us knowing V.V. Lakshminarayana Garu very well before. So I will just give a 2 minutes of short brief and set the context for the webinar today. So Lakshminarayana Garu holds a bachelor degree from the REC Regional Engineering College and present NIT Warangal, which is present NIT Warangal, and masters from IIT Madras. So Lakshminarayana Garu joined Maharashtra cadre as a IPS officer in 1990. Sir has been working at various levels in the Maharashtra cadre as an IPS officer. Sir has also worked in the CBI Hyderabad unit for a period of 5 years as a unit head, and then on a promotion he was 2 years as a joint director. So sir has been sir has took a voluntary opted for the voluntary retirement in the year 2018 and extensively toured the 13 districts of Andhra Pradesh, understanding the major issues of farmers, youth, and women. Sir has adopted 3 villages so far within about the for the rural development. One is in district of Mahabubnagar, Telangana. One is Srikakulam, and the other one is in the Vijayanagaram. So Sri Lakshminarayana Garu is the Indian Police Medal 2006 recipient and also President's Police Medal for his distinguished services in the 2017. So this is the brief of the Lakshminarayana Garu. Coming to the context of the today's session, webinar on global crisis to the opportunities, role of Indian youth. So normally, presently we are facing this difficult situation. So in this present time, so we thought of normally every mainstream media and other groups are working or sharing their ideas about the what tomorrow's world is. So in this context, we planned, but we did not majorly see anyone sharing their ideas about the what tomorrow's youth is. So normally for the many youth in India and especially in the South India, Sri Lakshminarayana Garu is an inspiration to youth in our state. So we thought of asking Sri Lakshminarayana Garu to share the crisis to opportunities and role of share his ideas on the crisis to opportunities role of Indian youth. So Lakshminarayana Garu is here. So over to you, sir, please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rohit. And also, it's good that you have organized this webinar. I don't know how many people are there in the participating, but I'll try to put forth my ideas about the present crisis, which we are all, the entire world is suffering from the COVID, and also how to look into this and how Indian youth have to react to this, and what are the various opportunities that we have in this crisis. That is what is going to be my talk. I'll be speaking for about 35 to 45 minutes. Then I'll take some questions. And I mean, in case if you can collect the questions or anything, that is okay, or they can interact with me also.
So we'll
actually, yeah,
we'll enable the chat and we'll take to the chat.
Yeah, because don't enable it also, because what happens is it creates a lot of disturbance.
Yes, sir. Presently, it is disabled until you
Once the session is open for question answers, you can open the chat so that they can have their questions, so that I can always do that.
Sure.
Actually, yesterday I was making a calculation. I mean, if you take the total number of cases that are there in the world, and I thought, let me see what is the weight of the people who are suffering from this corona. I calculated it to be 150,000 tons. Is the physical weight of the people who are undergoing treatment or who are victims of this corona. And I thought, what is the weight of the total coronavirus? It worked out to be 2 grams. So 2 grams of virus is affecting almost 150,000 tons of weight of human beings. So that is the state of affairs. We always feel that we are so big, we have done so much of work, and we are conquering the world. All these things we keep boasting, but we are all afraid of 2 grams of coronavirus. So this is what is the impact of virus, and this is what, if you don't care and if you don't take precautions and if you don't care for the environment, If you don't care for the nature, this is how the nature is going to give us back. So this is a big learning for all of us. It's a great learning for all of us. And what we need to do is we need to maintain a balance. We can't overexploit any position in the world so that the other systems are going to affect us. In fact, actually, I feel that it's a great insult to all of us. A 2-gram virus is affecting all of us. It made you sit in your house. Otherwise, you used to be a free bird and you used to go wherever you want. So this small virus is making you sit in your house. It made you close your mouth also. Because we are in the this thing, if you go onto the road, you are supposed to close your mouth also. And you can't move also. It has put restrictions on your movement also. And it has put your restrictions on your environment also. And totally it has put restrictions on your freedom. So this is what is the effect. So actually we should feel it's an insult to all of us. Because we are boasting of our research and we are boasting of so many things, but it is restricting our freedom. So we need to think as Indian youth, or we need to react to this situation on what best we can do, because it is not going to be the end of the virus attacks. If you go to the world scale and if you see the various attacks that have happened on the world, there are so many, because I've tried to start collecting some data. It started somewhere in 165 AD. The whole attack has started in 165 AD. It is called Atomian plague. It is called, wherein 50 lakh people died in the year 165 to 180 AD. Then from 541 to 542 AD, there is what is known as the Justinian plague that took about 3 to 5 crores of these things, casualties. Then there was Black Death, that is bubonic plague, that happened somewhere in 1347. That almost took of 20 crores. 20 crores was the total casualties during that. Then subsequently, yellow fever took 10 to 15 crores. Then Spanish fever again took 4 to 5 crores. Then HIV AIDS took about 2.5 to 3.5 crores. Then SARS, the severe respiratory syndrome, it costed about only 770 people. Then Ebola costed us about 11,000 people. And finally, COVID, the tally is about 213,000, maybe 1 or 2 days back. So this is the situation. That means from this you have to learn this. These virus attacks were there. It is there and it is going to be there. And it will be there. So what is the preparation we need to do? And as youth, can we make a challenge that in the days to come, there won't be any virus attack on the citizens? So let us take it as a challenge. So what as an individual we can do? Maybe scientists, they will be doing their job. But as an individual citizens, what best we can do? These are the things that we need to think. Actually, this crisis or adversity always happens in one's life. I mean, always crises were happening, adversities are coming in many lives. So I thought, let us see how adversity is affecting us. This is an adversity. COVID is an adversity. So it is affecting us. So is it only such type of adversity, or there are many other adversities? How people have come out of this adversity? So I started listing out the type of adversities. So the first adversity, what I found is adversity by birth. So many people get so much of problems and they are born with so much of adversities, but still they are fighting and they are surviving in the world and they are doing much better job. So the best example, what I thought, is born in Machilipatnam. Childhood, he has visual impairment. So definitely that is an adult did not sit quiet. He started going to the school. Then he wanted to get admission into the science stream, but the college authorities refused. The boy had gone to the court. The court permitted him to take the science stream in his 11th and 12th standards. Then he wanted to attempt IIT. But I don't know what is the reason he could not get the hall ticket. So finally, he tried and he got into a 5-year course in the US in the management science in the MIT. So the boy successfully completes his course, and a lot of offers came to him asking him to pick up a job in US. But he said, despite several offers, he said, I will go back to India and I want to start an enterprise. See, despite all these adversities, but the boy has decided to come here. He comes here and picks up 2 sick paper mills and he revives them. Then with the help of this angel broking and all, he starts his own company, and now it is called Boland Industries Hyderabad, and the sales were about 82 crores in the year 2018, and because of his fearlessness. So what we need to learn from his life is, as Indian youth, you should learn the quality of fearlessness. That is one thing we should pick up from this boy and from his life. Now, the second thing is, there is another adversity. The second adversity, what I thought is adversity due to illness. That means you are born with good this thing. You are born with without any physical impairment or any this thing. But what if you see the lives of these 2 people? Actually, Helen Keller, at 19 months old, she contacted unknown illness and she became deaf and blind. So see, 19-month normal life, she became deaf and blind, but she did not sit quiet. She became an American author. She became a political activist, and she became very famous in US, and she wrote so many books. So the adversity caused because of illness is again fought over, and they could establish their name in the field, in their respective fields. The second one, what I told about, is Stephen Hawking. You all know him, his contributions, because he had a normal life up to 20 years with motor neuron disease. That gradually, Hawking's pictures and all, he is always on the wheelchair. But this man has contributed so much in the field of general relativity, and he got so many awards, and he recently passed the field of science. So he also had a crisis, but both of them, Helen Keller and Stephen Hawking, they could come out of that crisis or the adversity, and in addition, they could. Why I am telling all these things is that always adversities are there in our life. But if you have determination, like Srikant Bola, if you are fearless, you can always succeed in your life. And other thing I want to tell you is the another adversity. Adversity because somebody has born in an oppressed society or in an oppressed class. The best example is that of Bhimrao Ramji Sapka, that is Baba Sahib Ambedkar. So in that generation, he born in an oppressed class, but he said, there is only one tool through which I will succeed. He said, education is that tool. So he believed in education, and he put his entire efforts in the field of education, and he did maximum number of PhDs, and he came and he became the first law minister of the nation, and he is the architect of our constitution. I mean, it talks about the situation in the society and the adversity or the crisis through which Baba Sahib Ambedkar has gone through. So you have to derive a lot of inspiration from him. One thing what he always used to say, that I had an unquenching thirst for reading books. So what we need to pick up from the life of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar is that as an young person, he was in the libraries right from beginning to the evening. If you read his biography, he says the housekeeper of the library always used to tell him, it is time, you need to leave. In fact, the amount he received as scholarship from the Raja of Baroda or from Shahu Maharaj of Kolhapur, he spent little amount for his food, and he spent most of his food for purchasing of second-hand books. He purchased 2,500 second-hand books in London. And due to First World War, he was to come back to India. So he booked a ticket, but he could get a ticket on one steamer. His luggage got loaded into the other steamer. But the luggage, the steamer in which the luggage got loaded, it got into a storm, and it collapsed, or it got submerged. And he reached to Bombay. But all his family members, hearing that the other steamer got into the storm and it got submerged, they were all fearing. But seeing Babasaheb Ambedkar, they were very happy that he returned. But Babasaheb Ambedkar writes, it was a very fateful day for me because I lost 2,500 books in the sea. So this is the type of quality what we need to pick up. Because of this quality, you could overcome the adversity in which he has born. So he says, education can liberate you and transform you no matter where you come from. So that is the this thing given by Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. So in any crisis, if you have education and you have determination, you can always overcome the crisis. That is what we need to learn from the life of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. Similar is the case of with Jyotirao Phule and Savitribai Phule. They were also born in an oppressed class. Uncompromising determination can bring great success. So if you want to come over any crisis or any adversity, you need to have uncompromising determination, and it gives you great success, and also the education, as Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar said. Then other adversity I thought is the adversity of situation. Many situations also create a lot of adversity for you. You need not have to worry, but you need to overcome this. So I give two examples of adversity because of situation. The case of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He got into the first class compartment on a winter in South Africa, and he was thrown out of his train at the station called Maritzburg. And in that midnight, he was thrown out with his luggage. He was sitting in the compartment or in the waiting room. And in his book, he wrote, My Experiments with Truth, he wrote, the thoughts in his mind on that time was, should I fight for my rights or go back to India? This is the thought he got. The second thought he got was, should I go back to Pretoria without minding the insult and return to India after finishing the case? So these are the two thoughts which came to him because he was facing an adversity. But he took the first one. He said, let me fight. Let me fight the discrimination being shown for the people who have come from the other skin. And in the process, he fought. So he fought in South Africa and he fought in India also. So this is a situational adversity. And how you react to a situational adversity depends on your mettle. What type of mettle you have and what type of fight you can put forth, that depends on you. The second example I want to give about situational adversity is that of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. If you read his book, The Wings of Fire, he narrates various incidences that have happened in his life. Actually, he wanted to become an Air Force pilot. So for which he attends an interview and he goes to Dehradun to the Air Base, Air Force Selection Board. So the importance is more of your physical fitness than to the intelligent 5 candidates who attended. Abdul Kalam could not get selected. So he goes and sits in an ashram with a dejected, because the situation has a situational adversity for him. So he was sitting there. One Swami Sivananda came and he asked Dr. Kalam, and he told, accept your destiny. Go ahead with your life. That's what is the advice given by the Swamiji, and Dr. Kalam writes in his book also. Forget this failure, as it was essential to lead you to your destination, destined path. That's what he says. Now you see, he wanted to become a Air Force pilot. In the long run, he became the supreme commander of the armed forces. That is the President of India. President of India is one post, but he is the supreme commander of the armed forces, wherein he is commanding the entire Indian Army, Air Force, and the Navy. See how the situational adversity, if you continue to pursue your desired path, definitely you can achieve. So the life of Mahatma Gandhi and the incident from the life of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir tells you situational adversities also you can win, provided you have the guts, you have the determination, and you have the will to overcome them. Now, the another adversity which I thought is the adversity of geographical location. Geographical location also gives rise to a lot of adversities. Take the case of Netherlands, or it is also called Holland. If you read the geography of Holland or Netherlands, it is actually below the sea level. It is below the sea level. So it's a great adversity because of floods. The moment something comes in the sea, in a high tide also, a lot of floods used to result. But this, the Netherlands people, or the people, the Dutch we call, they came out with great engineering techniques. They had a canal system. They have devised so many methods to see that this adversity is converted into a opportunity. So now if you see, the best irrigation systems, people go to Netherlands to follow. And using the windmill technology, if you see the windmill technology, it is the best is from the Netherlands. And the tulips, what they have grown out of this water by diverting this water. They are number one in the world. So the geographical adversity also, if all people come together and they innovate, they can overcome. The second geological adversity, what I would like to introduce to you is Israel. If you see the nation Israel, it's a desert. You don't have water there. But the best agriculture in the entire world is done in Israel. So that means a geographical adversity they have converted into an advantage. How? By taking lot of steps. If you go to Israel, you don't have the rhyme, rain, rain, go away, come again another day, little Johnny wants to play. This is the rhyme which we teach to our children in the school, but there they have removed that. The context is because that rhymes asking rain to go away. But in Israel, we always welcome the rain because of our adverse situation. So that rhyme is removed. So water conservation, and each drop of water is so important for them. It has become culture of Israel. So it has become culture of Israel. They started respecting water. So the Israelis, if you go, they have water respecting culture has been developed. There the water is the national property, nation's property. So you can't tap water from your terrace. It is a nation property. You have to have 2 flushes. There are so many innovations they have done. The youth has done so much of innovation. Now hydroponics, the drip irrigation is invented in Israel. So this geographical adversity, see how they have converted into an opportunity. So the crisis has become an opportunity for Israel. So here, the contribution by the scientists, the national psyche is very, very important. So here also, in our country also, if you want to overcome any crisis, you need to have a national psyche. That means you should think as a nation. we should increase the belongingness for the nation. So this is another adversity I thought I will introduce to you. Then the other adversity, what I thought is adversity because of climatic condition. This is another adversity I thought I'll just introduce to you. You all know in the year 2008, Beijing celebrated or hosted the Olympics. It was on August 8th, the opening ceremony was supposed to be held. It's a rainy season in Beijing. They have made elaborate arrangements for the opening ceremony. The weather indication is that there is going to be a heavy downpour in Beijing. So it's an adversity of climatic conditions. So what they did is, by using cloud diversion techniques, they wished away all these clouds to nearby rural areas. And they held this opening ceremony of Olympics in a big way. You can go and see that YouTube video also, how they conducted this bird's nest. They have created a stadium. And they had beautiful fireworks and other things they have displayed. So the adversity they could drive away by the scientific way of doing it. So here also as youth, you can always think. You always get heavy rain in the metros, but you don't get rain in the rural areas where it is required. So why not as Indian youth, you start making a study on how to divert these clouds where it is required. It is the cloud seeding techniques what we study. So it is the time, because coronavirus has made you sit in your home. So take out such type of experiences what you have and try to study. If you are a student of maybe physics or whatever it is, get exposed to these situations and start thinking, what can I do for this nation? So then the second thing is adversity because of technology. This is another adversity I wanted to introduce to you. In the 2K phenomenon, because it is adversity programming. Because in the computer programming, always the year, the last 2 digits are taken. So in the year 2000, it is going to be 00. So all the calculation are going to be go for a 6. And all ATMs, banks, everything, they're supposed to be closed. So this is an adversity converted into opportunity, you see. Knowledge. So this is how we can always go through. Many people thought that, or it is going to see that a lot of unemployment is going to increase, but you see how employment has increased. So whenever there is a crisis or whenever there is an adversity, always you be prepared to equip yourself so that you can convert that adversity into an opportunity. Now, the next adversity, what I wanted to introduce to you is adversity due to war. Usually wars and viruses, they are the main adversities that is going to affect the entire world. So if you see the Second World War, the major damage was in Japan. The dropping of the atom bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that has totally devastated Japan. But how they came up, how it became a superpower again, it is again from an adversity. What they did is they have changed a lot of their policies. Japan changed a lot of their policies, and in the process, they increased the labor force and they introduced the female workforce, and the neighboring Korean War also has helped them. So in the process, they have again become the contribution by the youth is very important there. So if you see all these adversities, what I have introduced, the contribution by the youth in that particular country has seen that the country or the person or the situation, they could overcome of the adversity because of their certain qualities in them, which I have already mentioned. So what we need to learn from all these adversities is that adversities are going to be there. How you handle them, it depends on your individual capacity. And youth has contributed a lot. You may ask me, sir, what is the definition of youth? many people think that youth is a chronological age. Chronological age. That means if you are younger age, you are youth. But actually, youth consists of three factors. The first one is the physical. The second one is the mental. The third one is the chronological. These three things formulates or constitutes what is youth. Now, yesterday I was reading the newspaper in which they said a 80-year-old lady, she came out from this coronavirus. But usually what people are telling is old people are succumb to this COVID compared to the youth. I read another news in which a 30-year-old young fellow has succumbed to corona. So who is youth among them? Whether the 80-year-old lady or this 30-year-old man. I say the 80-year-old lady had the required physical strength, required mental strength. Of course, when you have both these things, the chronology is not going to affect you much. If you see the 30-year-old, he had also the strength, but he could not sustain because of he could not have the enough mental capacity to tackle it. And also he did not have the physical strength to tackle it, because of late, we are not giving much importance to the physical strength and the mental strength. We are only depending on the chronological strength. So the need of the hour is, if you want to convert a crisis into an opportunity, you need to have all these three strengths. Have the physical strength, have the mental strength, and of course, the chronology. Chronological age is with you, there is no doubt. But that's why they are first, 1, 2. The third is the chronology. So you develop the physical strength and mental strength in order to make you better. Now, these are about the adversities and different type of adversities which I thought I can just introduce to you, and how different people have overcome these adversities and converted them into opportunities. Now, coming to COVID. No doubt, it's a big scary thing. I mean, the moment you switch on the TV, they say a lot of things they keep telling. Corona Prabalam, Corona Sankelalo Idi, lot of things they keep telling you and make you afraid of this. So my way of looking at it is, I watch only once or twice. I just see what are the figures and how. I always concentrate on how many tests we are doing. That is more important than these figures. Because WHO has clearly said, the number of tests you are going to conduct is going to determine how much of control you have on the corona. So I always go to the ICMR website and see how many tests are conducted. I think till today, I think we have conducted more than 11 lakhs or so. Because if you compare Germany and France, both have the same number of cases, around 1,60,000. But the casualties in Germany is 5,000, whereas in France it is 22,000. The number of tests conducted in Germany, they are about 20 lakhs, whereas the number of tests conducted in France, they are about 4,50,000. So this is how we need to analyze coronavirus. And this corona spread has given an opportunity for India to present its picture. If you see India, the number of cases, we have about 33 or 34,000 or so, 1,000 and odd these things, and about 8,000 to 9,000 people have already been discharged. That's a positive thing about us. So corona gave an opportunity to tell the world about our Indian system. Because always nowadays educated people says that India is, we are all living in this thing. Because our systems, we are not on par with the West. Because generally what happens is, in a society also tries to follow the rich man. Countries also try to follow the rich country. So now you see who is rich. Now you ask yourself, do you still rate America as a rich country, or Britain as a rich country, or India as a rich country? So it is an opportunity to see the richness of India. The traditional richness of India, you can always see. We had a system of cleaning hands and maintaining distance. If you go to villages, each house, in front of the house, you have a small tank. Andulo, whoever comes first, they have to clean their hands and these legs, and then only they have to enter the house. Second thing is, when we drink water, we don't touch it with our mouth. నీళ్లు తాగేటప్పుడు మనం పైనుంచి పోసుకొని తాగుతాం మామూలుగా. Now the same thing it is being told to you. Then namaskar, of course, it is our culture, but we are forgetting and we are doing hugs, handshakes and all. So see, we are forgetting our culture. Other one is the immunity in India. That is another thing which you should be proud of. The type of food we eat, the type of kashayas we have, the type of diet that is prescribed for us. If you study everything, it increases our immunity. Immunity is one of the main reasons for the survival of India today during this corona and our food habits. So, because you are now locked down, so go through the traditional India and go through the various protocols which we followed and various traditions which we followed. And if you have fortunate to have your grandfather or grandmother with you, sit with them and ask them what all they used to do in their childhood. That is a very great learning for all of us. So that is another thing what we had to do. Today morning, I was reading a McKinsey report that has come in the newspaper about the saving habits of Indians. Saving habits of Indians that has survived or that has seen that India did not get affected in earlier crises, economic crisis. If you see the 2008 Wall Street crash or global meltdown, what we called, India did not get affected much because the domestic saving habits of India. So again, we need to talk about the saving habits of Indians. How do you save? You need to classify your requirements or activities into 3 categories. The first one is essential requirement. Second one is necessary requirement. Third one is the luxury requirement. So suppose you see for what we are spending money. Now it is a time of introspection. You see how you are spending your money. So always spend money for the essentials and also necessary things. You can always postpone and you can avoid for the luxury items. It is not the time of luxury. It is the time of essentials and necessities. Now if you see, the whole world is talking about food. Whole world is remembering farmer. Otherwise, farmer is the most neglected person. But now everybody is talking about the farmer. So, because he is giving you the essential and necessary items for your survival. So, think about the habit of India of the saving qualities what we had. And because Western economies always talk about spend. That is their economy. If you go to US and all, you see people, most of them, they construct a house, they take a vehicle and they are always paying the EMIs. But here, we always plan our expenditure. That's why we are surviving. In advanced countries like US, UK is facing worse situation now on health as well as economy perspectives. They have a fear to do a lockdown and have a fall of economy. Most of the countries, they have not done the lockdown. But see a developing country and the poor country like India, we have decided, yes, we'll implement the lockdown. Because for us, life of the individuals, life of our citizens is more important than the economy. Economy we can always boost because we have our internal strengths. That is how we are surviving. In the Western countries, the focus is on the economy, whereas in our country, the focus is on life now. Unnecessary spending, and we need to focus on better quality of life. So as youngsters, Indian youth, please think about how to improve our quality of life, how you can improve the quality of your life. Great scientists have never bothered about their attire, their clothes. They used to have the decent clothing they never indulged in luxurious spending. But now here, if you see, you want spikes, you want Virat Kohli cut, you want this film star cut, all these things. That means that comes under the category of luxury things. Now, lockdown period, think about it, whether we need to spend so much of money on that or whether you can have scientists as our role models. Other day, I was reading a news item in the newspaper. Mr. Shivan, the chairman of ISRO, he enters the flight. All the people in the flight, they stood up and they clapped and made him sit in his seat. So the trend is also changing. Earlier, what used to happen is film stars, they used to get a lot of following and all. Now, Indian youth have realized the real heroes are the scientists, are the farmers, are the people who are contributing to the economy of the nation. So their mindset is also changing. So it is a time to think about ourselves, the celebrity worship syndrome, what we are doing. Let us change the celebrities. Let us have scientists as our celebrity. Tomorrow, whoever is going to invent the vaccine for corona, he is going to be a hero or celebrity for the entire world. So our thinking or our understanding of a celebrity also needs to change so that we unnecessarily do not do any luxurious spendings. So this is what we need to do. And now, another thing is we need to see the utilization of time. Earlier, we used to say we don't have time for everything. ఎవరైనా అడిగినా మాకు టైం లేదు, అసలు టైమే దొరకట్లేదు, ఇప్పుడు టైం దొరుకుతుంది. సో హౌ we are spending this time అన్నది కూడా మీరు you are supposed to think about it. ఎంత టైం మనం వేస్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం అన్నది కూడా మనం ఇప్పుడు ఆలోచించుకోవాలి. ఒకరోజు ఎప్పుడైనా మన దినచర్య ఒకసారి రాస్తే ఇప్పుడు తెలుస్తుంది ఎంత టైం మనం వేస్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం. సో this is the time, if you want to overcome this crisis, the time management and utilization of time is also very important. I tried to tell you the example of Mokshagundam Visvesvaraya. If you happen to go to Bangalore to the Visvesvaraya Museum, there is a display. It shows 2 slides. One is the daily routine of Visvesvaraya at the age of 24 years. And another, this thing displays the daily routine of Visvesvaraya when he was 95. They are almost the same. When he was 24 and when he was 95, he used to utilize the time properly. There is a good book called The 5 a.m. Club. Robin Sharma has written a book called The 5 a.m. Club. He concluded that people who woke up or who wake up by 5, they have contributed a lot to the society and they are the major contributors because they had so much of time with them to do things. But here now our whole cycle has reversed. You have a concept of midnight biryani. You have a big concept of advertisement, midnight biryani. 12 తర్వాత బిర్యానీ తీసుకుంటే ఇంత డిస్కౌంట్. యాక్చువల్గా 12 గంటలప్పుడు మనం పడుకొని ఉండాలి, గూర్ఖా మేల్కొని ఉండాలి. గూర్ఖాలు పెట్టుకుంటాం మనం, వాళ్ళు ఆ టైంలో మేల్కొని ఉండాలి, మనం నిద్రపోతుండాలి. ఆ టైంలో మనం 5 గంటలకు లేవాలి. కానీ హోల్ సైకిల్ గాట్ రివర్స్డ్. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద బెస్ట్ టైం to rethink about your time schedule because you have time to do some introspection. So kindly do that. Then, so my first advice or request to all of you is that you have realized how much time you have been wasting and how best you can utilize the time for improving your knowledge and skill. This is very important. So improving skills is also very important. So I always refer to Mahabharata and other epics. Mahabharata also, Pandavas had a greatest adversity when they were in the Aranyavasa. అరణ్యవాసంలో ఉన్నప్పుడు వాళ్ళు 12 సంవత్సరాలు అరణ్యవాసము, 1 ఏడు అజ్ఞాతవాసం. కాబట్టి అరణ్యవాసంలో ఉన్నప్పుడు వాళ్ళు ఏం చేశారంటే, ఇట్ ఈస్ లైక్ లాక్డౌన్ ఓన్లీ. వాళ్ళు ఏం చేశారంటే దే ఇంప్రూవ్డ్ దేర్ స్కిల్స్. భీమా లెర్న్డ్ షెఫ్, హీ బికేమ్ ఏ షెఫ్. మన భాషలో చెప్పుకోవాలంటే మంచి వంటలు నేర్చుకున్నాడు. తర్వాత వచ్చేసి నకులుడు సహదేవుడు, బోత్ ఆఫ్ దెమ్ లెర్న్డ్. వన్ లెర్న్డ్ అబౌట్ ది సైసింగ్, అంటే హార్సెస్ ను వీటిలను ఏ విధంగా చేయాలి. ఇంకొకతను వచ్చేసి పాడి, మన ఆవులను ఎలా పెంచాలి అని చెప్పేసి నేర్చుకున్నాడు. ఈ 2 కూడా దీ స్కిల్స్ హ్యావ్ యూజ్డ్ ఇన్ ది విరాట పర్వ. నెక్స్ట్ పర్వం ఏదైతే అజ్ఞాత పర్వంలో ఉందో ఆ టైంలో ఉపయోగించుకున్నాం. అందువల్ల ఇప్పుడు మనం అరణ్య పర్వంలో ఉన్నాం, అంటే ఈ లాక్డౌన్ లో ఉన్నాం. మనం ఈ లాక్డౌన్ నుంచి బయటకు వచ్చిన తర్వాత మనకి ఏవైతే స్కిల్స్ కావాలో ఆ స్కిల్స్ నేర్చుకోవడానికి మన దగ్గర బ్రహ్మాండమైన టైం ఇప్పుడు ఉంది అని మనం నేర్చుకోవాలి. సో ట్రై టు ఇంప్రూవ్ యువర్ స్కిల్స్. సో వాట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి ది ఫ్యూచర్ మార్కెట్ అన్నది కూడా మనం ఒకసారి అనలైజ్ చేస్తే, ఇన్ ఫ్యూచర్ there is going to be a lot of emphasis on health and health management. ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు ప్రతి ఒక్కరు చూసాం, ఎక్కడ చూసినా కూడా everybody wants to be healthy. So lot of emphasis is going to be done on health and health management, hospital administration. So దీని గురించి మనం ఏమైనా స్కిల్స్ ఇంప్రూవ్ చేయగలమా? సపోజ్ బయోటెక్నాలజీ కానీ, మైక్రోబయాలజీ కానీ, మెడిసిన్ చేస్తున్న వాళ్ళు, లేకుంటే డ్రగ్ ఇండస్ట్రీస్ లో పనిచేస్తున్న వాళ్ళు, వాట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ న్యూ డ్రగ్స్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు ఇన్వెంట్, వాట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ రిసర్చ్ వీ నీడ్ టు డూ, ఇలాంటి వాటి గురించి ఆలోచించాలి. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈస్ there is going to be a lot of work from home culture. The virus is going to be there for some more time. Vaccine content, this virus is going to be with us, going on. So, out of digital, today we are all talking through this Zoom. This is also we are utilizing. This is in an adverse situation, in a crisis, we are using it as an opportunity. So, in the days to come, or then cloud computing, Internet of Things, then cybercrime. Cybercrime is another important thing that is happening. I was reading a news article in which says most of the hospitals are facing cyber attacks. They are doing cyber ransom. What they are doing is they are sending malware into the hospital's computer system, and they are asking for ransom money. If you give us money, then only you can see the patient files, because there all the files of the patients are in the computers. So we don't have files like our hospitals. So what they are doing is they are entering into the hospital system and they are asking for ransom money. You give us this much money, then we'll release your system. So cyber attacks are going to be in future. So cyber crime and cyber this thing is going to be a lot of market in the days to come. Now, the another important thing what happened for the COVID is that people started moving towards the villages. So we need to have a different type of setup in the villages also. We want to make the villages young. Villages should be made young. మనం ఏంటంటే ఈ మధ్య we are using anti-aging creams. Even Netherlands also produces a lot of anti-aging. Now it is for individual. Anti-aging is for individual, but if you want to do it for villages, you have to have youth in the village. Then only anti-aging of villages will happen. So my request to all Indian youth is that think about going to the villages, getting into the agriculture mode. Nowadays, what is happening is the moment you are educated, you are refusing to go to the fields. They say this is below dignity, and just we are happy that we have a card, identity card in the neck, and we are happy. We may be getting less salary here, but we want to have that white collar jobs, what we call about. But now this is the time to do this anti-aging process and making the villages younger. Because food is going to be the ultimate thing, as we have all realized. So how to make this food more precious and more important? So that you can always do by getting into the entrepreneurial mode. So try to go into the entrepreneurial mode. Try to go for food processing. I mean, recently somebody brought some fruits from Vietnam. These are dried fruits, dehydrated fruits. What they are doing is, they are taking out the moisture from these fruits and they are packing them into a small pouches. It is like your kurkure or your Lays. Now they are eating fruits. So see how much of fruit is getting wasted in our country. So as youth, can we think about something like this? Can we dehydrate them? Or can we give them in the midday meal scheme for the children? Or as an evening snack? All these things need innovations, ideas. So in this lockdown period, if you want to overcome the crisis, innovation is going to be the thing. Like Japan, how they came out of war adversity or the crisis is through innovations. So everywhere countries have overcome the crises through innovation. So kindly innovate. Kindly think about new things. The other day I was watching Maya Bazaar, a very old movie. Almost, I think they made it in 50s, in which they have the concept of Skype. You try to see that movie. నాగేశ్వరరావు సావిత్రి ఒకరినొకరు ఆ పెట్టెలో చూసుకుంటారు. అప్పుడు నవ్వారు జనాలు, ఇలా ఎలాగ అవుతుందా అని చెప్పేసి. నౌ యూ సీ వీఆర్ ఇంటరాక్టింగ్ విత్ ఈచ్ అదర్ త్రూ ద టెక్నాలజీ ఓన్లీ. సో ఆల్వేస్ థింక్ సంథింగ్ న్యూ. It may appear to be very absurd, but we don't know. Tomorrow it may change the whole world. Take the case of Facebook. Zuckerberg, when he joined the Harvard University, he started a small group among the students to share their photographs. So each one can see the photograph of the other. This is how he started, and finally it converted into a Facebook. Now how many crores he is earning, how many billions he is earning, and how he is ruling the entire world, you see. Now he got into Jio also, 10%, I think 9.9% stake in Jio also he got. A small idea. అందుకనే మనము సిమ్ పెట్టుకుంటుంటాం. ఐడియా వాడు మేము వెంట పడతాడు. ఒక ఐడియా మీ జీవితాన్ని మారుస్తుంది. సో వన్ ఐడియా ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు చేంజ్ ది లైఫ్ ఆఫ్ ది పీపుల్. సో స్టార్ట్ థింకింగ్, స్టార్ట్ గివింగ్ ఐడియాస్. కూర్చొని బ్రెయిన్ స్టార్మింగ్ చేయండి అందరు కూర్చొని. రకరకాల ఐడియాలు, ఎవరు ఏమనుకుంటారని పట్టించుకోద్దండి. You start doing it, see how many innovations are going to emerge. So use this time for doing this innovations and other things. The next is education. If you see education is also going to find lot of changes. Now most of the things are through these classes, e-classes, or through this type of classes through the net. So this is going to be the order of the day. Can we do something about this? That also you can always think about it. So innovate, innovate and innovate. That is what is my request to all the people. So try to innovate. So actually what happened, if you read Second World War, both Eisenhower and also Hitler, they were after the scientists. They were telling them innovate, innovate, innovate. That's why there were so many innovations during the wars. So this is also a war. We are waging a war against COVID. We are waging a war against the virus. We don't know. Tomorrow some other virus also may come. But your innovations are going to improve. So can you think that suppose from a mobile phone, can you have any waves coming so that the coronavirus can get dispersed? Like birds we do. Birds, we do give some frequency of sound. It is ultrasound, so which you can't hear, but the birds hear and they run away. Like that can we do from a mobile? So why don't we think? So have crazy ideas, I am telling you. Think as crazily as possible, so that innovations, the main thing of an innovation is crazy. And also many of the innovations have happened during the lockdown. Go and read the biography of Newton. Gravitational laws he found during the lockdown, because there was a plague. So their college was closed, university was closed, Cambridge. So he went to his village. Then he was spending his time, I was sitting under a apple tree. Suddenly the apple fell. So he created the gravitational theory. Because when you are alone, when you are in solitude, you can think properly. Otherwise, when you are in regular life, there are so many things that disturbs you. So there is no disturbance for you now. Do it. Read the story of Shakespeare also. He has written many books when he was in lockdown. So lockdown gives an opportunity for you to think about yourself and do it. And I always told you, food is going to be the thing, and think about how to make the food better food. Maybe organic, maybe natural farming. In these things also you see. You read the story of Mr. Chintala Venkat Reddy, who got Padma Shri recently. Actually, he is using soil in his field as a manure, and he is producing the best of the grapes. Recently, I met him. The analogy he gives is phenomenal. So read about Mr. Venkat Reddy. He is almost, I think, 75-year-old man. I always say he is 75-year-old youth, because he is physically good and he is mentally very fit. Of course, chronology is against him, but he is the youth. So read this. So the youthfulness of the earth has to be brought back. So I talked about education, I talked about the food, and next thing is use this time for your physical strengthening, mental strengthening, communication strengthening, and positive thinking strengthening. So these are the 4 things. If you spend time after COVID, you are going to have the best of the time. The first one is the physical strengthening, or the physical strengthening, how you do it. That means utilize this time for becoming physically fit. Many people say, sir, we can't go out. ఇప్పుడు బయట పరిగెత్తలేము, ఈ జాగింగ్ చేయలేము, లేకుంటే వాకింగ్ చేయలేము. కాబట్టి దిస్ ఈస్ ద జస్టిఫికేషన్. మాకేంటంటే పోలీస్ ట్రైనింగ్ లో దే టీచర్స్ వాట్ ఈస్ నోన్ యాజ్ జగపే కదం తాల్. అంటే నిలబడిన ప్రదేశంలోనే మనం అక్కడే జాగింగ్ చేయాలన్నమాట. సో దట్ ఈస్ ఎ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఎక్సర్సైజ్. సో don't give lockdown as a justification for not being physically fit. Use this time to become physically fit. Now, I have changed my food schedule also. Earlier, I used to eat 3 times. Now, I have started from the lockdown, only 2 times I am eating. In the morning, I do my physical exercise and my gym and other things, and yoga and pranayama, of course. And then, I eat at between 11 and 11:30. Then I eat at about 6:30 or so before sunrise. So the 2 meals. So in this lockdown period after this, I lost about 5 kilos. And because another thing what you need to learn from India is the fasting process. Fasting increases your immunity. If you follow Mr. Narendra Modi, our Prime Minister, not during Dasara, Durgotsav, he always, the entire this thing, he is on water, warm water, lukewarm water with honey. You refer to his visit to US. When he went to US on the request of, on the invitation of Mr. Barack Obama, in which he hosted big dinner for the Indian Prime Minister, in that also he had only lukewarm water and the honey. So he says, because of this, your immunity levels will increase. The body will develop antibodies and makes you more strong. And also fasting is one of the things, because I was talking about Indian traditions. Bharatiya Sampradaya Paddhatulu మీరు తీసుకుంటే ఉపవాసం అన్నది మన లైఫ్ లో ఉంది. కొంతమంది సోమవారం చేస్తారు, కొంతమంది మంగళవారం, గురువారం, శనివారం, డిపెండింగ్ ఆన్ దట్. బట్ ఫాస్టింగ్ ఈజ్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. మీరు ఒకసారి లాల్ బహదూర్ శాస్త్రి గారి గురించి చదివితే, he made a request to the people. On Monday, observe fast so that you can save a lot of food for the nation. So this is the type of thing. So the first thing is your physical strengthening. The second one is the mental strengthening. Mental strengthening, you get it by doing dhyana and pranayama. Now you have enough time. So spare half enough of your time for doing dhyana or sitting calm, and do any form of pranayama. That increases your mental strength. The third thing, what strengthening you need to do as Indian youth is that communication strengthening. So how to speak? I always explain, you have constructed a good house, you have fitted a good water tank, and you have put a beautiful pipe, and you have put the Jaguar tap to it. But when we open the tap, water was not coming. The reason is that there is nothing in the water tank. When there is no water in the water tank, how the water can come in the tap? Similarly, if you have water here, you can have better flow from here. So that communication will improve. So this time, try to use it for improving your communication. Communication will improve when you have material here. So improve the material here. Start reading books. There are so many books you always have thought, ఇది చదవలేదు, అది చదవలేదు, టైం ఉంటే చదివే వాళ్ళం, ఇలాంటివన్నీ అనుకుంటాం. కాబట్టి లాట్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్ ఇస్ దేర్. అనదర్ 2 weeks. హైదరాబాద్ లో ఉన్న వాళ్ళందరికీ రెడ్ జోన్ కాబట్టి మళ్ళీ 2 weeks ఉంది. కాబట్టి ఈ మిగిలిన టైంలో ఈ 15 days లో రీడ్ యాజ్ మెనీ బుక్స్ యాజ్ పాసిబుల్ అండ్ ట్రై టు ఇంప్రూవ్ యువర్ కమ్యూనిటీ. ఫోర్త్ వన్ ఈస్ ఇంక్రీజ్ యువర్ పాజిటివిటీ. ఈ టైంలో ఏంటంటే వాట్సాప్ వీరులు ఉంటారు చాలా మంది, వాళ్ళు రకరకాల వాట్సాప్లు పంపిస్తుంటారు. మనం దాంతోనే సగం టైం పోతుంది. అందులో సగం ఫాల్స్ ఉంటాయి, అందులో అవే ఉండవు. ఈ రోజు 10 గంటలకు నరేంద్ర మోడీ గారు దేశాన్ని ఉద్దేశించి ప్రసంగిస్తారని మనం అంతా నేను చూసాం. ఈరోజు చాలా మంది టీవీల ముందు కూర్చున్నారు, 10 గంటలకు ఇంకా రావట్లేదండి మోడీ గారు. దిస్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఈస్ వాట్సాప్ డూయింగ్ టు యూ. నేనేదో ఇంకా లాక్డౌన్ జూన్ వరకు ఉంటుందని ఒక ఆడియో ఎవరో పెట్టి దాన్ని తిప్పారు ప్రమాణంగా దేశం. అంటే దీస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ నెగటివ్ థింగ్స్ విచ్ ఆర్ వేస్టింగ్ యువర్ టైమ్. సో ఆల్వేస్ హ్యావ్ ఎ మాస్క్. మనం ఒక చోట చెప్పాను నేను, మాస్క్ ఎలాగైతే మనం యూజ్ చేస్తున్నామో మనకు వచ్చే వాట్సాప్ లో కూడా ఒక మాస్క్ పెట్టండి. ఏది కావాలో అది మాత్రమే తీసుకొని మిగతాది వదిలేయండి. అందువల్ల ఏమవుతుందంటే యూ విల్ హ్యావ్ టైమ్ టు డెవలప్ ఏ పాజిటివ్ థింగ్. సో పాజిటివ్ వస్తున్నప్పుడు చూడండి, సో దీస్ ఆర్ ది 4 స్ట్రెంథనింగ్ థింగ్స్ విచ్ వీ నీడ్ టు డూ. సో దెన్ టూరిజం అండ్ మేనేజ్మెంట్, హోటల్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ ఏమవుతున్నాయని కూడా మనం చదవాలి. ఎందుకంటే లాట్ ఆఫ్ పీపుల్ దే ఆర్ ఇన్ టూరిజం అండ్ హోటల్ మేనేజ్మెంట్. ఈ ఫీల్డ్స్ లో ఈ కరోనా వల్ల ఇది తగ్గిపోబోతోంది. మరి దీన్ని మళ్ళా పూర్వపదంలో తీసుకురావాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి అన్న సొల్యూషన్స్ ఆలోచిద్దాం. టూరిజం ఏమైనా వర్చువల్ టూరిజం ఏమన్నా చేయించవచ్చా? ఇప్పుడంతా ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ వర్చువల్. ఆల్మోస్ట్ మనకు ఎవరైనా బిల్డర్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళినా కూడా మన వర్చువల్ టూర్ ఇస్తాడు. మన ఫ్లాట్ ఎట్లుంటుంది, మన ఎట్లుంటుంది, మెట్లు ఎట్లుంటాయి, ఇవన్నీ కూడా చూపిస్తాడు. యూ ఫీల్ యాజ్ ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ దేర్. సో కెన్ వి గో ఫర్ వర్చువల్ టూరిజం? తర్వాత హోటల్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ ఆర్ రెస్టారెంట్స్ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బి క్లోజ్ ఫర్ సమ్ మోర్ టైం. దీనిలో మనం ఏదైనా ఇది చేయొచ్చా? స్విగ్గీ కానీ వీటిని ఏ విధంగా చేసాము, ఆర్ థింక్ అబౌట్ ఒక్కొక్క సెక్టర్స్ తో మీరు కనుక వెళ్ళగలిగితే యూ కెన్ ఫైండ్ సొల్యూషన్ టు దిస్. అందువల్ల అనలైజ్ ది పాస్ట్, foresee the future and work in the present. That should be the rule for the Indian youth. Analyze the past. పాత కాలంలో జరిగిన ఈ ఫ్యూచర్ లో ఏ విధంగా ఉండదు ఆలోచించండి. If you follow all these things, so definitely Indian youth is going to face this crisis. టీ బ్యాగ్ ఎలాగైతే హాట్ వాటర్ లోకి వెళ్తే మంచి టీ తయారవుతుందో, మనం కూడా క్రైసిస్ సిచ్యువేషన్ లో మన ఆలోచనలు గనక మనం మార్చుకొని మనం ముందుకు వెళ్ళగలిగితే మనం కూడా విల్ కమ్ అవుట్ వెరీ సక్సెస్ఫుల్ డ్యూరింగ్ ది కోవిడ్ అండ్ ఆల్సో ఆఫ్టర్ కోవిడ్. అందువల్ల ఈ ఛాలెంజెస్ అన్నింటినీ మనం గమనిస్తూ, డోంట్ వరీ, ఇండియన్ ఎకానమీ ఇస్ స్ట్రాంగ్, Indian this thing is strong, our willpower is strong and our intentions are good. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, అమెరికా లాంటి దేశాల్లో వాళ్ళకి 2000 ఐ థింక్ రూపాయలు ఏవో వేస్తారు అనుకుంటారు వాళ్ళ ప్రతి ఒక్కరి అకౌంట్ లో. ఈరోజు అక్కడ చదివినట్టు మన వాళ్ళు ఏమీ వేయకుండానే లక్షల మంది రోడ్డు మీదకి వచ్చి ఎంత మందికి అన్నదానం చేస్తున్నారండి ఇప్పుడు. దట్ ఈస్ ఇండియన్ క్వాలిటీ. మన భారతదేశంలో ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే, సొంత లాభము కొంత మానుకొని పొరుగువాడికి తోడుపడబోయే అంటాం, గుజాడ అన్నారు. అందువల్ల మన మెథడాలజీ, మన వాల్యూ సిస్టమ్, మన థింకింగ్ ప్రాసెస్, దే ఆర్ ది బెస్ట్. సో రియలైజ్ దిస్. డోంట్ బి ఆఫ్టర్ ఎనీవన్. అందరినీ చూసాం ఇప్పుడు. వీ హావ్ సీన్ వాట్ ఈస్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ టు ది సో కాల్డ్ డెవలప్డ్ కంట్రీస్ ఆర్ రిచ్ కంట్రీస్. సో the richness of India is always there. Realize the richness of India, realize the richness in its traditions, and let us make it as an habit. So COVID is a crisis, there is no doubt. With your preparation and with your willpower, we can always overcome. And in days to come, India should lead the world. China nunchi chala mandi they are planning to take out their investments there. కాబట్టి this is the right time India to think about it. మేక్ ఇన్ ఇండియా కాన్సెప్ట్ ఏదైతే మనం చేస్తున్నామో, ఈ టైంలో మీకు వీలుంటే ఎంఎస్ఎంఈస్ గురించి చదవండి. వెబ్సైట్స్ కు వెళ్ళి ఎంఎస్ఎంఈ ఆర్గనైజేషన్, ముద్రా లోన్స్, ఎంటర్ప్రీనర్షిప్, ఫార్మర్ ప్రొడ్యూసర్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్స్, ఇలాంటివి ఏవైతే దేశం యొక్క దీన్ని మార్చబోతున్నాయో వీటి గురించి ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బి ది అవర్ ఫోర్ రన్నర్స్. కాబట్టి దీంట్లో కూడా మనకు అవకాశాలు ఉండడం చాలా అవసరం. యూ నీడ్ టు లెర్న్ ఆల్ these things and you need to develop expertise in that. So from a crisis always there is an opportunity. From crisis there is always an opportunity. Remember that. And we had so many opportunities in the earlier crisis also. This crisis also we will definitely come out with a, see it as a great opportunity. ఎందుకంటే బేసిక్ గా మన దగ్గర డొమెస్టిక్ మార్కెట్ ఉంది, మిగతా కంట్రీస్ కి డొమెస్టిక్ మార్కెట్ లేదు. 100 మన వాళ్ళకి బయట అమ్మాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు మనకి. సో రిస్ ఇప్పుడు ఏంటంటే ఈ ప్రైస్ అందువల్ల ఏంటంటే మనం తర్వాత డొమెస్టిక్ and hope that and also you equip your skills so that you will be ready for the war after the COVID.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for also wide aspects now.
3 books you try to finish off during these 15 days. There is no book like Mahabharata. మహాభారతం గురించి అదే అన్నారు. ఇందులో ఉన్నది ఇందులో లేనిది ఎక్కడా లేదు, ఇందులో ఉన్నది వేరే చోట నుంచి తీసుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. కాబట్టి ఇది. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ది బుక్స్. పంచతంత్ర స్టోరీస్ కూడా ప్రధానం. అందులో చిన్న other I always read the books of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Ignited Minds is one book. Then Wings of Fire, that is his autobiography, what we call for Abdul Kalam garu. And I am watching Chanakya also nowadays. Chanakya serial ఒకటి వస్తుంది, అది కూడా నేను యూట్యూబ్ లో కూడా ఉంది, అది కూడా చూడండి. Chanakya also teaches you a lot. Chanakya. And also Bharat Ek Khoj, ది డిస్కవరీ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా అని చెప్పేసి ఆ పుస్తకాన్ని భారత్ ఎక్ ఖోజ్ అని పెట్టారు. అది కూడా మీరు చూడొచ్చు, బికాజ్ ఇట్ గివ్స్ సంథింగ్ అబౌట్ ఇండియా. కాబట్టి నౌ ఇట్ ఈస్ ద టైమ్ ఫర్ యూ టు నో మోర్ అబౌట్ ఇండియా. భారతదేశం గురించి ఎక్కువగా నేర్చుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం మనందరికీ ఉంది, కాబట్టి అది చేయండి. తర్వాత వచ్చేసి we have developed the Lonzier machine which gives best alkaline water to take care of all the health issues including any virus, cancer, all. Yeah, somebody has sent this. I mean, you're most welcome. In case you can tell Rohit or somebody so that we can take it up, because any innovation, it has to go into a commercial mode. So our foundation is there, Join for Development Foundation. We'll also support you financially also, don't worry. In case some innovation is going to come, we can always interact. Maybe after this, maybe tomorrow we can get in touch, take my number from him, and we can be. I just want the techniques of Egypt, how they survived during adverse time. Please refer to any books or refer to any of my new review. Yeah. Many of the countries, because nowadays the most advantage is the internet. So whichever subject you want to see, you can always go to the internet, how they survived and how their civilization has survived. All these things we can always do. Another question is how youth should face this adversity as an employee or as an employer. I always said, as an employee, you improve your qualities or you improve your skills. As an employer, what you need to do is you have to innovate. What is new, you need to think. Entrepreneurship is not what somebody is doing the same thing. It is doing something else, totally different, having a different ideas. So as an employee also, you increase your skill set, and as an employer also, you need to improve your skill set and your knowledge strength, and also your innovation, your innovations. My mail ID, I'll always give it to Rohit. You can always
yes, sir, I'll put it in the chat before the meeting ends.
Chat, yeah. And a good governance can be better going forward post-COVID. Yes, definitely good governance is going to be there. In the days to come, good governance means the less of discretion, I always say. When there is a less discretion, it results in good governance. Fortunately, because of COVID, the meeting of people, maintaining physical distance is the order of the day. So all the government things are also going to be computerized, and there won't be any physical interaction between the government and the people. So that is going to result in good governance. If you see the income tax department now, earlier we used to have a chartered accountant, we used to go to the income tax office, file the returns, then to get a refund, we had to make so many visits. But nowadays, everything is computerized. You just submit, the whole system will scan it, and your refund orders are also coming. So that is leading to good governance and reduction in corruption. So in the days to come, because of this COVID, there is going to be more and more of this discretion will automatically reduce because of the computerization. And the second thing is non-interaction between the government and the citizens. That is also going to give a result in good governance and reduction in corruption. So that is what this thing. Yeah, very good motivation for the villagers on these critical situations, sir. How to protect, handle families and ourselves. Yeah, the things are very, very simple. If you want to protect yourself, physical hygiene, washing your hands as many times as possible with soap, maintaining physical distance, and when you are going out, using the mask. So all these things are very, very simple. Only thing is you need to follow. You need to follow, and nothing happens, because once you follow these minimum things, and also try to improve your immunity. Try to improve your immunity. Yeah. All client mission suggestions. UPSC aspirants. So UPSC aspirants, of course, the examinations, I think the interviews also this year, they got postponed because of the COVID, this thing. I think the results may take some more time to come. Anyway, UPSC is going to be there. This is the time to improve your skill sets. So do extensive study. Do extensive study. Generally, what happens is UPSC aspirants, they in the first day itself, they get some guide and they start reading it. That should not be your approach. UPSC, you should have a broader knowledge. That is called width of knowledge. When you have width of knowledge, you will have better understanding. So try to read as many things as possible. Hindu newspaper is very good, because I am also subscribing and I am reading also. They give a lot of ideas and other things. Hindu is online also. It is available. You can always go through. Do extensive study. When the examinations are going to be approaching, then you do intensive study. During this period, you do extensive study of various things that are happening in the world, and also learn more about our nation. Learn more about your nation. Competitive market after the pandemic. Competitive market is, actually India has a good opportunity, as I mentioned, because of the domestic market. The other countries, they need to export, but in our country, we have this thing of having our own domestic market. So if you can reduce the luxuries, so with whatever you have, you can have better products. Make in India is a concept. I always advise you people to go through a book called No Unemployment, No Poverty and No Pollution by Muhammad Yunus. He implemented through Grameen Bank in Bangladesh. That is a good book to pick up small things in villages and becoming self-sufficient. So that is another thing you can always do. Then, very good. Somebody is saying we are supplying water for corona patients and people who are suffering with other health problems. That's very good, because that is what is charity. Indians, we have that quality. And we are doing wonderful. Books referred during the webinar are Ignited Minds and this thing. What should be India's stand at UN regarding China? Let us see about China. A lot of things are coming out, especially the origin of this virus itself. There is a lot of confusion. The American president is always still, yesterday also he was telling there from the labs of China, he is insisting on that, and also he is accusing WHO, and all these things are happening. There will be definitely a pressure, and many countries are trying to move out of China. So this is a great strength and an opportunity for India to come up. Then Panchatantra also, I said, now villagers are green zone, how youth can help to red zone. Red zones basically is the place where, in red zones also, again, they are going to be confined zones. So the confined zones, there is going to be no movement. And youth can help. What you can do is you can get in touch with the police or the MROs and all. What help you can always render, because they are also preventing people from going inside the confinement zone because of the problem of getting infected. So wherever you are there in the red zones, be at home and do these things. There are a lot of things you can do, what we discussed during the meeting. You try to improve your skill set and try to improve your knowledge. How can you improve our education system? Because today's students are tomorrow's citizens. The higher the technology, the lesser are the values. That's why we always keep discussing the new education policy. The national education policy has come. That is going to bring some changes in the overall education system. And basically, the whole education system should be to improve your skill set and your values and the character, and not based on your marks and this thing. So there is definitely going to be a change in the education system. how can we face this crisis? How will be the business and share market? Don't worry about share market, because share market is a reflection of what is happening in the market. Because if you see the foreign investments also in the country, majority of the investments are in the share market. The moment something happens to US, the share market is going to go down. So share market is more depending on what is happening in the US and the other markets. So what we do is, let us improve our market. Let us improve our Indian market. And also, of course, real estate sector, it will take time because of the relaxations what the government has given. I think wherever the labor is available, the real estate activities can start, the construction activity can start. In fact, Mr. Deepak Parekh, who was the ex-chairman of HDFC, has recommended, let whatever is the properties or the flats that are available with the builders or the developers, let them sell them so that money comes into the market. And also he has recommended that government should stop this collecting the registration charges, so that there will be more buying and people, the money comes into circulation. Of course, MSME, the government, I think it is going to pump in some money, because about 11 crores of people are depending on the MSMEs, and there are about 6.5 crores of MSMEs in the country. So they are going to do, of course, imports and exports also. There is going to be a lot of change in the whole set, because import is mainly what we are doing is the petroleum. So in this lockdown period, we have reduced the requirement of petroleum to a great extent because of working home and other things. So in the same thing, you have to think afterwards also, whether unnecessary travel we can avoid. Unnecessary travel, whether we can avoid, so that the import load which we are having because of the import of petroleum is going to reduce, so that we will have more money for exports and for the MSME. Organic farming, as I said, yes, because health is very important. In order to have health, you have to switch over to organic farming. Many places we are trying. We have started an FPO also in near Bapatla, and we are trying to slowly convert them into the organic farming, because that is the traditional method of India, and that is going to give us good food and improve the immunity, and also it is going to improve the food security also. Another part we have developed as cleaning and vegetable pulses to eliminate toxins and pesticide from inside and outside, and the life of vegetables and fruits can be enhanced by 2 times their normal by becoming super organic. Yes, definitely I support you people. How to be in the market after the market. Market means you want to go and buy something, or in which market? And means in the share market or in the market. We are going to be in the market. We are going to lead in the market. There is no doubt about it. When is your next interaction on this series? Let me see. Yeah. Education system development is whatever is there, Rohit, you find out. Maybe another session we can have in these next 17 days or so. Maybe on specific fields like education or any this thing. Yeah. How would the youth come out of present situation to serve our nation? You have to, I mean, if you develop the belongingness for the nation, definitely you come out with a lot of service motives in us. So always have the attachment for the nation. Read about nation, because most of the time, many of us, we do not know the strength of the nation and we keep criticizing. So there are certain group of people who try to divert your attention also. So be firm and learn about the nation, learn about the sacrifices many people have made for the betterment of the nation. Okay. Right, Rohit, it is 6 o'clock. I have to prepare for the next session in the NTV. Yeah. Thank you very much. And maybe we can have other sessions. And in case some questions are there, I can always answer later on, or through mails also I can answer. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Bharat Mata ki Jai.